So you're going to tell Brooke that Ridge could be the father of her baby?
Damn straight. What are you doing?
You're making a huge mistake.
Jackie, why don't you just come to grips with the fact that it's over, all right? As a matter of fact, Brooke's gonna be back here any second.
Please, Deacon, be reasonable.
Be reasonable? I think you're the one that's lost her grasp on reason quite a while ago.
I am pleading with you.
Oh, you're pleading with me now? Like I did with your husband, right? Is that it? Well, you didn't seem to care about it then. Yeah, that's right. Nobody does.
That's not true.
Really? Well, you heard what he said. I ain't got no education. Huh? I'm not refined enough. You know what? I could fall off the face of the earth. That guy, he wouldn't even give a damn.
Yeah, well, I do. I care.
Jackie, I think the only thing you care about is that I can blow the lid on this little secret.
I'm not denying that I am so scared of what you could do to my family if you don't keep this secret. But I saw today how important this opportunity was to you.
Oh, that's good. That was very nice. You know, if you commit just a little more to it, I might actually believe it.
Deacon, I was very, very impressed by you.
Where are you now?
You took the bull by the horns. You stood up to Massimo. There's not many people, you know, who would have the courage to do that.
The only thing I wanted when I went into that office was to come out with somebody who believed in me. And what did I get instead? I got a big heap of ridicule. That's what, you know?
Yes. I'm sorry. Diplomacy is not Massimo's best quality.
Jackie, you know what the big difference between you and me is? I don't have to take that crap. Yeah, I'm telling Brooke. Hell, I got nothing to lose.
Except one thing. Someone who does believe in you. Me.
Brooke, I want to tell you something that I've never told anybody. I haven't been honest with you. There is a love in my life. The only one I've ever had.
She must be special.
She is. Beyond, actually. She turned my life around. And something that I've always dreamed of. Something that I could never describe. I trusted her. Put my life in her hands, and I never looked back.
Has she lived up to your expectations?
Yeah. It's hard to explain to somebody that's temperamental and unpredictable, but at the same time, when you feel something that's real and you feel something that's honest, you just... I don't know. Just the thought of her sort of makes my heart race. You know that feeling?
Sounds like somebody you might want to settle down with.
We already have.
You have?
Yeah. There's nothing that'll ever come between me and the sea.
The sea.
Oh, you rat.
This whole time you were talking about the ocean?
Yeah. Well, what did you think I was talking about?
I just told you that I loved you.
No, you didn't. You said, I suppose I love you. That's what you said. I suppose I love you is what you said.
Don't you have anything to say to me?
You're really a piece of work, aren't you, Nick?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the little stunt you pulled on Brooke.
Stunt?
Taking her back to that island? I wouldn't be surprised if you conjured up getting stranded there again.
Actually, a little different this time around.
Oh, I'll bet it was. You and your mother made damn sure I came nowhere near that island.
Deceiving you is not my intention here, Forrester.
And trusting you was the worst mistake I ever made, Nick. Look at this place. Baby formula. What happened to the tequila, huh?
Figured I'd try to get my kid to hold milk down before he hit the margaritas.
No cigars, no calendars with women in bikinis. What happened to Popeye the Sailor?
He's gonna be a father.
You say you're not gonna pressure Brooke. You say you're gonna give her some space and then you whisk her off to that island.
She needed a fun getaway.
Oh, that getaway was just the tip of the iceberg, wasn't it, Nick? I see this little nest you're making here for you and your baby. Probably got a room down the hall for Brooke, huh? But you're hoping she won't use that, aren't you? You're hoping she'll be in your bed. Because that's what you're really after here, isn't it, Nick? My wife in your bed.
Well, this is an unexpected surprise.
Not an unwelcome one, I hope. Because frankly, I have no one else to turn to. Oh, goodness. I can't believe how big I'm getting. I think this one's gonna be a bruiser.
I think so, too. Nick excited?
Yeah. Almost too excited.
What does that mean?
Don't get me wrong. He's really been wonderful and very supportive. In fact, he took me away to the island where we got stranded just to get my mind off of all of this. I'm sure you know which one I'm referring to.
I have a vague recollection.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, this trip really surprised me. He pulled out all the stops. I didn't realize he could be so romantic. We had a good time. I forgot how great it was to laugh.
Sounds like he had you on the right track.
He did. Until he decided that track should lead us down the aisle. Nick asked me to marry him.
Oh.
So go ahead and say it. You want my wife in your bed.
It's ex-wife, isn't it?
Oh, you're so smooth. Take her out in the boat, sing her one of your little ditties, and then top it off with a nice little sea story, huh? You really got your act down, don't you, Nick?
I try to make her smile, which is more than you've done for her lately, Forrester.
Yeah, what's she supposed to do now? Just fall into your arms? Is that the plan?
That's between me and Brooke.
The only thing between you and Brooke is a baby. You may be the biological father, but Brooke's gonna raise that child on her own.
Meaning what?
Meaning she's not gonna live here with you?
Get it out of your head, Forrester.
You keep thinking that if you two are together, everything's gonna be fine. Well, it's not. It never has been, and it never will be.
What, so you're the solution? How convenient.
I'm trying to get her to look outside of this box that you two have been living in for years. For God's sake, nobody's ever been happy.
That's not true, Nick. The fact is, Brooke and I had it all. We had it all, Nick, until my conniving, lecherous brother ripped it out from under us.
So you believe in me?
Yes, I do.
You want to know what I believe, Jackie? I believe that you would say or do just about anything right now to keep me quiet.
Then you obviously don't know me very well.
I don't know. Takes a con to know a con.
This isn't a con, Deacon.
How the hell can you stand there and tell me that you believe me when you don't even want to be seen with me?
But can you blame me for being cautious? If Brooke would have come back here now, it would put us both in a very awkward position.
So that's the only reason why, huh?
I'm not going to lie to you, Deacon. I despise being this vulnerable. And I may not like you very much at the moment for having the power to blackmail me, but I asked a vital favor of you. You could have asked, demanded, in fact, anything in return, but you didn't. You didn't. Instead, you asked for an opportunity. And that tells me a lot about you as a man.
No, don't, no. Hey, listen, you know what? The only reason that I've got any value to you whatsoever is because I can blow the lid off your little secret. That's why.
Okay. I understand your skepticism, I really do. Because from what I hear, Deacon, the only person that has ever truly believed in you was your wife, Macy.
What's your point, Jackie?
When I saw you today make that pitch to Massimo and he just shut you down, it struck a chord in me, Deacon. I truly do understand you more than you know. I mean, I have seen you literally pull yourself up from the most dire circumstances.
You're gonna have to forgive me if I'm having trouble understanding how the wife of Massimo Moroni could understand anything about me.
Because I wasn't always Mrs. Massimo Moroni. When I first started out, I had to fight to get people to believe in me too. But I had no money. There was nobody around to make life easier for me. So yes, I do understand. And no, I can't stop you from telling Brooke. I am just begging you to reconsider.
What did you say?
I didn't really say anything.
Well, you still have the ring, so that must mean that you're considering the proposal.
He wanted me to take it, to remind me of everything that we could have together.
That's a lovely sentiment.
Yes, it is. And we had a wonderful time together. But marriage...
It's because you're not finished with Ridge.
Am I being ridiculous? To think that Ridge and I can be together again? I mean, Stephanie, look at you and Eric. You two came back together. I mean, why can't that happen for Ridge and me?
You've got to focus on raising the child and not think about a life with Ridge.
Right. Yeah, I know. I have to think about raising the child. On my own. I'm gonna give this ring back to Nick.
No, wait a minute. In your entire life, you have never wanted to be alone.
I'm sure I can handle myself.
Well, I'm sure you probably can, but I think you have feelings for Nick.
We're good friends.
No, I think it's more than that, isn't it?
I think Nick and I share something very unique.
Well, there, you see. Then that's something to be nurtured. Something to grow. Don't let him slip away.
We're brothers, Forster. And it kills me that you look at me with such contempt.
What the hell do you expect?
What do I expect? I don't know what I expect. What do I know what I want. I want you to forgive me. I want my brother back. I want you to find it in yourself to try to accept me
Except you and Brooke. It's never gonna happen, Nick. You slept with my wife. When she was at her lowest, her most vulnerable, you took advantage of her. And now your bastard son is growing inside of her. I will never accept that, Nick!
My son is not the bastard here. And you will accept it. After last night, you might not have much choice.
What the hell does that mean, huh? Tell me. What does that mean, Nick? Tell me what happened on that island last night, huh? Tell me!
Bastard.
Well, either you do really believe in me, or you just played the world's greatest con. Let's get out of here. Come on. You coming?
You have to stop hoping that this will be Ridge's baby, because it just isn't. You've got to grab hold of something that you've always wanted: family and security. Now, you wanted that with Ridge, but it just didn't work out.
My head knows you're right, but my heart...
You know, it's not such a bad thing to let another man into your heart. To be loved and cherished. Isn't that what we all want? Isn't that what you want for yourself and for your baby?
I'm trying to do what's right for my baby.
Well, the right thing to do would be to raise it in a happy family.
And what if I don't love Nick?
Brooke, Nick, it seems to me, is a good man, a decent man. And it's quite possible that you could love him as much as you love Ridge, maybe even more.
More? No way.
If you allowed yourself to.
No, I can't do that to Ridge.
Why? Because you'd hurt him? Of course he'll be hurt. But life goes on, and eventually he would come to accept this.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
I can believe it. I've been sitting in the front row of this drama of your life for a long time. Look, you and Ridge found each other again. You had a wonderful wedding, and you had a wonderful, happy night.
Yes, one wonderful night. And then it was taken away from us.
And the baby should have been yours and Ridge's, but it wasn't. It isn't. Sometimes in life, you just have to realize when to call it quits. And this is it. I think you should accept Nick's proposal.
Logan! I just saw Nick. Something happened on that island, Logan. I need to know what it was.